Hey guys, it's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. Oh man, 8 to 9 days before there's a huge transition in our chat. Just telling you now. I'm not going to say what's going to happen, but in 8 or 9 days, there'll be a huge transition in our chat. uh, I got some stuff today, guys. It was so hard to pick what I was going to show today because there's just so much good stuff to show. But I can't have an 8 hour stream because then my mods will ask for pay, which they deserve. They definitely deserve. Hi, Christy. I don't know, Steve. Are there Sov Cits who aren't sideways? I don't know. That's a good question. This one definitely is sideways in way more ways than one. He's not the worst Sov Cit I've ever seen, but he definitely is a Sov Cit through and through and through and through. And I can't play the whole clip here because it's too long. It's a traffic ticket that went on for an hour. And it was Sov Cit almost the entire time. It was so good. So what I did was I took the end for here. We're gonna see the end. And don't worry, there's enough Sov Cit packed in the last it's 15 minutes to last year. But I'm going to upload the whole 1 hour tomorrow around noon as a video. I already have the video made, so nothing's going to stop me, except unless I get banned from YouTube. You know, it's always possible. If that happens, though, I'm just going to send it to Fozzie, and he can upload it. No, I'll just put it on Discord, and then I'll put it on Patreon. You should go over to my Patreon, guys. I got videos over there, too. Although they limit me on space. But I'm still going to put more videos up. Alright, listen. The first clip I have, I'm warning you. I'm warning you now. It's graphic. So, if you don't like bugs, if you don't like cockroaches, go away for 6 minutes and don't watch. Just don't watch. It's a landlord tenant issue. And it's bad. It's a hoarder landlord tenant issue. And it's bad. Hi, new guys that pulled into chat. Thank you, Jody and Heather. All right, I'm about to start the video. Again, if you don't like cockroaches, go away. Dip, 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 dip. Here we go.
Because you had to go in and spray for insects and bugs. Do you have pictures of that?
So am I looking,
That's around the front door, girl.
what kind of critters are these? What am I looking at here?
Oh.
I don't know.
That's term, so it's a window.
These go,
Around the window.
what is it?
That's where the homes are all this.
Is this the upper part of the door or
Yes.
lower part?
The upper part.
What am I looking at
This
here?
is before Mr. Houston went into clean.
So Mr. Houston cleaned up a little bit, but this was the condition of the place before he went in there.
I don't know how they got pictures of my house. It's just rude that they're showing them like this.
Is this what your place looked like?
No. Your Honor, that's what I was trying to explain to you last time. When somebody went in there, they had done stuff out on us because that all was bagged up in
Yeah.
bags and in totes.
That stuff was came out of that closet right there, so I give it all out of that closet.
Well, any idea who did it?
I'm not.
They did.
Had you guys moved out already?
Yes.
Well, why'd you leave all this stuff there?
Right, a week later and get the rest of it, but I didn't have the chance to because we come back to that. Instead, we had it bagged up, coated up, and then stuff that was in.
What's this? Is this?
That's all this thing was. the
That's-
light.
Well, that's bulbs and the light fixtures.
Was it like that when you guys moved in?
It was. We kept asking them to come in and check it out and it wouldn't. We just kept saying they took on a list to spray. But then
Did you have bugs when you moved in? Okay, all right. This is move-in photos? Okay, well, let me finish going through this. So you agree the apartment looked like this, but you're saying, well, how did they get in? Did they kick the door in or,
no, it was someone with key.
well, who had keys?
It was mouthwash.
Well, so you think that the maintenance or property manager came in and strewn all this stuff around? Why would they do that?
There's a security camera right outside our unit.
As far as the bugs, though, you talk to anybody in there, everybody in.
How long did you folks live there?
2 years. Should have brought.
And these are all bug, whatever.
And every much time she spent trying to spray herself.
No, Rebecca, they
That's what it
did
looked
that.
like when we came back in after we left for.
All right, what's this here? What am I looking at? Frost?
Oh, yeah.
No. And then droppings when we first moved in.
This is when you first moved in? Well, why'd you move in if it had bug droppings and stuff?
Different contract.
And she said it's all we had.
What am I looking at here?
That's the very top of the window, because I put the stuff up over the windows and went back down and got my phone and took pictures of all of it. You can see like all the nasty stuff and mildew and mold and everything on it, you know? The lady or across from us, she wasn't there very long. She was on oxygen and she said she didn't live there anymore because of all the bugs. There's nothing much different. Wow.
It's better than bombs at least twice a month, if not more.
You guys did?
They come out, the ceilings are like 15, 16 foot tall.
Yeah, this is an old schoolhouse.
They'd be coming out along the ceilings at the top and then in the vent. It's not the vents really bad.
What kind of bugs were they that you, roaches? Okay. Okay, you did? Did you pay an exterminator to do it or you yourselves did it?
Well, they overkilled one room for like 3 bombs in every room.
Who did that? You guys did? Did it make a difference?
It did for a few days, but then they just keep coming with the vents and the outlets.
I think I
Do you have a bug problem in the whole unit, Joe, or just their apartment?
No, it's in certain units. There's 3 levels
Mm-hmm.
and 214, which is the unit they moved out of, the one above and below. Really.
Those are bug highways?
Yeah.
All right. I don't think I'm gonna make them pay for it. I'm not saying they didn't contribute towards it, but you got a big old building like that. It's just kind of hard to put the blame on one particular set of tenants. So, all right. So we're up to 935 plus 200 for 923. All right. You ladies want to tell me anything? The 200 is pretty reasonable, I think.
So, like I said, it's completely my fault. I should have checked. I trusted him.
Yeah.
He'd worked for me for quite some time, and one here and doesn't work in different places.
Okay.
So it's just my fault for trusting him.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe something came up.
It's like, said it was done. He sent me a
Well,
picture.
if he did a lot of work, I'll give him that.
He did.
If not a lot of stuff
Right,
was
right, he
left.
did. But the couch was out, and the bed was out.
Yeah.
That's-
Okay. All right. Judgment 1123 plus court costs then against both of you. You both owe it. Okay.
How do I?
You pay everything at the clerk's office. Okay.
return to that? 'Cause I
You
did not-
you can. That's between you guys. So I don't have a dog in that fight as far as a payment plan. Okay. Yep. You're welcome. Thank you. All right. Good luck. Yep.
Deb, you are early. Wow. I got the heebie-jeebies, guys. Hi, Steve. I got the heebie-jeebies when I saw that. And no one warned me. They didn't warn. And you know what? He put those pictures down, which were horrid. And the judge is like, nah, I'm not going to make them pay for it. What? What do you mean you're not going to make them pay for it? Oh my. No, Debbie, it's gone. No more bugs. No, no. Well, we have a Sov Cit. They're sort of like a cockroach, right? All right. This is just less than a minute long. It's half a minute long. And this judge, she's so good. However, she only streams like a few minutes a week. Like she's so hard to get. But this is how she acts.
I mean, do I need to go through what you have to do to see if the public defender, or do you feel like you're?
No, I'm capable of doing it. I thought I did the whole
Well, you're
process.
not capable of doing it because we're now here and you're asking again. So show me that you're capable of doing it
Yes, ma'am.
without me hand holding you any more than I already have.
Yes, ma'am.
Call them every day if you need to.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. June 4th, 10 a.m.
Gotcha.
She's so good. I have to get more of her. She's so good. Carolyn is from Australia, guys. So she's probably sitting there for that last video saying, that ain't no bug. That's not a bug. Our bugs steal our cars. Oh, man. Okay. Let's go pro se before we go Sov Cit. Let's go pro se first, and that'll prepare us and get us in the mood for Sov Cit. It's called Sov Cit for foreplay. Pro se is Sov Cit foreplay. Here we go.
Hughes, case number 23M360.
Thank you, Ms. Hughes. I thought I called this case earlier, but there was another Hughes on the docket.
Oh, dang.
This was a
No, I've been on
Hughes
the
day.
line for 2 hours and 33 minutes now.
I'm sorry, Miss Hughes. You know, if you come in person, we
okay,
get it
it
done.
happens.
If you come in person, we can always get you out sooner.
I
We
know, I'm
prioritize.
sick and contagious, and I
Oh.
didn't think anybody wanted what I have.
Okay. Ms. Hughes, this is another case that we have set out for you to apply for the public defender's office. How's your application going? 2 cases.
Oh, no, I did that. They told me I qualified, but only if I was willing to postpone the case for 6 months. I'm not willing to do that. So I'm going to act as my own attorney.
Is that correct, Mr. Sawyer? Do you know anything about that? This case was set for trial in May.
I am not aware of what the communications were between my office and Ms. Hughes. I do know that it is our policy that if a case is already set for trial, that we ask if they're willing to waive speedy trial before we enter. So I'm assuming that's what happened here.
Okay. And you're saying you don't want the public defender's office because you want to go forward on the May 30th
This is
date?
taking up too much time. And I had contacted, after I heard from the public defender's office, I contacted the prosecutor's office and asked them for their offer, and I have discovery.
Mm-hmm.
I have everything else I need. I didn't receive their offer, and my intention today, if I weren't sick, was going to be filing a motion to dismiss on lack of evidence.
Okay.
And of course, I can't do that because I'm not there.
Well, Ms. Hughes, I want to ask you a few questions about your decision to represent yourself first, okay?
Yes.
Because you certainly have a right to an attorney, but you have a right to represent yourself, and it sounds like that's what you want to do in this case.
I don't want to, but I have to.
Do you have any legal? Well, you don't have to. It sounds like you could continue this out.
Yeah, I'm not willing to do that.
Okay. And so, do you have any legal training or experience?
No.
And what's the highest level of education that you've received?
Some college.
You graduated college?
No, I have some college.
Okay. And have you had any experience representing yourself in matters like this?
No.
Okay. and you still feel like it's a good idea to represent yourself in this matter going forward? I mean, these are pretty serious charges. One of the allegations is we have 2 class 1 misdemeanors. They could each carry up to a year in jail.
I know, but the guy that I'm going up against, he's lying.
Well,
I
don't need you to
visuals.
make I don't need you to make I don't want you to make a statement about the facts, not because I don't want to hear them, but because you have a right to remain silent. I don't want you to say anything that's going to incriminate yourself.
Well, on the one case, is that I have a restraining order against me.
Right. But let me keep asking you some questions.
I don't like the fact that these cases are bundled. I just don't like that at all.
Okay.
Because they shouldn't be bundled. I should be able to get rid of the restraining.
But if you bundle your home and auto insurance, you get a discount.
Restraining order case, because all that would entail would be to show you, as the judge, the evidence that I have, which would then get rid of the one charge, and then the prosecutor would look at everything and go, oh crap, I don't have a case. And so that bothers me that is all bundled together.
So they don't have to be bundled. You're certainly entitled to resolve them separately. And just so you know, the prosecutor's not on the civil protection order case. That's a separate case that the prosecutor's office.
I know that, but
okay.
you know, the fact would be that he would be in court when I would be showing my evidence, and he would know that he didn't have a case.
But he wouldn't be in court when you were showing your evidence. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Well,
and so, Ms. Hughes,
the
what about
prosecutor? I'm sorry.
What about the Colorado rules of evidence? Are you familiar with the rules of evidence in Colorado?
Yes, I am. I have.
More importantly, Judge, my chat wants to know if you know about the My Cousin Vinny defense. Everything the prosecutor is saying is bullshit. She wins.
33 books here at my disposal that I've bought, and I'm ready to go ahead.
Okay. All right. Well, I will, if you would like to represent yourself and you feel like you're making that decision knowingly, you can do so.
Okay. That's what I'd like to do.
All right. Then our next court date, we
have a trial set already.
Correct. We have a trial set on May 30th and May 31st. Why don't we set this for a pretrial conference on May 28th at 1:30? Just
I'm an hour and a half away from Aspen, and to have to drive 3 days in a row is not my favorite thing.
I totally understand, but why we have a pretrial conference is so that we don't bring one of the reasons is that we don't bring all the jurors to court on the 30th, and then you don't appear, or there's an issue that one of the parties is requesting a continuance on. So we'll set it for May 28th at 1:30 for a pretrial conference. Mr. Klein, anything else in this matter?
Your Honor, will there be a motions hearing in this case?
No one's requested a motions hearing.
I'm requesting.
A motion to dismiss for lack of evidence isn't a constitutional motion. Is that we don't need an evidentiary hearing? It doesn't sound like. It sounds like we can address them the 28th.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. May 28th at 1:30 for Ms. Hughes.
Okay.
Anything else, Ms. Hughes?
May 28th at 1:30.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Everybody uses Dr. Google Cha. Everybody. Oh, Debbie. Hey, Debbie. I'm just wondering. Did you marry a man named Daryl by any chance? I just have to know. I really do. Okay. Now, that was enough. Now we're ready. She wants a motion to dismiss because there just ain't no evidence. Their evidence is wrong. That's perfect segue into this. Get your aspirin and your rum ready, guys.
Any other questions for Officer Mendez?
I guess some for the court.
Okay, do you have any other questions for the officer?
Let me just double check here and make sure that I asked everything that I wish to ask. So, and I'm not sure if I asked this or not, but I just want to, for the record, are you authorized to make legal determinations?
I'm on the roadway to enforce traffic laws, which is ARS Title 28, and criminal charges as well, ARS Title 13.
We'll let the record reflect that it's a non-responsive answer.
Do you have any other questions for Officer Mendez?
Yes. Can Officer Mendez provide a responsive answer to that question?
He answered it. So I'm not so sure it's relevant. I allowed him to answer it, but you're gonna stick with that answer. He's gonna stick with that answer. And so, do you have any other questions for him?
Did you follow due process?
Yes.
Did the citation have any kind of signature from a judge or clerk of court?
No.
Any other questions, sir? I'll give you one more question.
Yes.
No other questions?
I do. I'm just trying to locate it on this paperwork. Do you believe that the defendants operating of the? Do you believe that the defendants? Forgive me because I don't want to use the term operating as I'm not sure whether the legal definition is being used or regular English. But,
We've read the definition into the record, I think, twice, but go ahead, ask your question.
Does the defendant have the right or privilege to travel?
It's not relevant for this proceeding. All right, officer, did you have any additional testimony based upon Tim's questions of you?
I do not, Your Honor. The only thing, like I said, he did have expired registration. It was verified through the Motor Vehicle Division, and it was confirmed expired 1/15 of 2020.
Okay. Tim, did you wish to provide testimony in this matter?
No, well, I guess, yeah, provide testimony in regards to the color of the vehicle.
Okay, so stand up and raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're going to provide in today's hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, go ahead and have a seat. You wanted to provide testimony regarding the color of the vehicle?
I'd like to provide some, let me see here, pictures. I have some extra copies of them as well.
Okay, how many pictures? Just one?
Yeah, it's one picture. I just got a couple different sizes. I don't know if you guys want a regular picture or
It's up to you. How many pictures are you putting in?
one picture.
Okay, if you'll bring that up, Ruby will mark that as Defendant's Exhibit 2. Just one picture? Is this all the same picture? Okay, so we can mark that on the back of that. And you want me to consider this, is that correct, sir?
Yeah, that the color of the vehicle was not silver. The color of the automobile, should I say?
Okay, anything else?
I just have some questions for the court, I guess.
Okay, but nothing else regarding testimony?
Well, okay, I'll say this, that I was not operating in commerce.
Okay.
There was no cargo, there was no passengers, there was no money or currency or whatever form of payment being made. I'm unaware. I have no knowledge or evidence that this court is not using the legal definition of these words. And I have no knowledge or evidence that Officer Mendez is not making a legal determination based off of regular English words in comparison to legalese or the legal definition of words.
Okay. Anything else, sir?
No, other than just questions for the court.
Okay. Officer, did you have any testimony that you wanted to provide based upon Tim's testimony?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So I've taken into consideration the testimony of Officer Mendez. I've taken into consideration the testimony of Tim Luna, the defendant in this matter. Defendant's Exhibit 2 was admitted, the single picture. The filings made by Mr. Luna on yesterday's date, which was May 6th, we have marked, as mentioned earlier, as Defendant's Exhibit 1. I reviewed those documents yesterday. I am going to admit those documents. However, the court does not find that they're relevant, but I am going to admit them to include them as part of the record for any purposes that Mr. Luna may find appropriate, okay? But I did review those documents yesterday, and based upon the testimony that I've heard today in the hearing, hold on. Based upon the testimony I've heard today during the hearing, I do not find what was included in Defense Exhibit 1 filed yesterday that's been marked and admitted to be relevant. So based upon the testimony that the court has heard and the exhibits as mentioned earlier, the court is going to find that the state has proven the allegation in this matter under Count A, 282532A, by more than a preponderance of the evidence. And so I am finding Tim Luna responsible in this matter. The sanction is $603. There is an $18 court enhancement fee that's added. So that total comes to $621. Tim, are you able to pay that today, the $621, or do you need a payment plan?
I had some questions regarding the exhibits.
All right, I'm asking you, okay, and then we'll address your question regarding the exhibit. Are you able to pay that $621 today, or do you need a payment plan?
How do, what form of payment or what form of currency, what form does the court require payment in?
You can pay us in cash, you can pay us in a credit card if it's in your name. Yeah, so either one of those. So are you going to pay the $621 today, or do you need a payment plan?
is it lawful for the state to demand anything other than gold and silver as
I'm not asking that you pay this in gold and silver. Listen to my question. Are you paying the $621
Congrats.
today, or do you need a payment plan?
Pesos.
well,
Hi, Lisi.
I wish to make an offer of proof
About what?
for appeal
Okay, what's that?
that there was 22 exhibits, not just two.
I don't know, the 22, are you referring to what was in your packet that the court marked as Defendant's Exhibit 1?
Yes, and I just wish that the record reflect that it's not just two exhibits, but that there is 22 other exhibits included in that packet.
Okay.
I don't wish that my documents are not placed on the record, so that way I can use those for the appeal.
Yeah. So if you heard what I stated earlier, instead of marking them all individually, I marked it as one packet. It's bound by a binder clip. It's everything that you dropped off that you filed yesterday with the court, May 6th. We marked it as Defense Exhibit 1, okay? That's how the court views it, as one exhibit. I know you think that or you have marked in there that you've marked it as several exhibits. It's one exhibit, a large packet that you dropped off yesterday. It's all gonna be in the record, right? So it was admitted. I believe, and I explained that on the record, that it was not relevant to today's hearing and today's charge, but I've admitted it to include it for appeal purposes, okay? So that's $621. Are you paying that today, or do you need a payment plan?
Did you take, Honorable Craig Jennings, did you take an oath to the Constitution?
Yes, but we're not gonna talk about that now. I need to conclude this hearing because I have an in-custody matter that I have to go deal with.
And now it
My
goes
question to you is
sideways.
very direct, sir. Are you gonna pay the $621 today, or do you need a payment plan?
If I wish to appeal, do I need to pay that today?
There's a process, a notice of appeal that you can file. I'm gonna mark that you're paying that today. If you're not gonna pay it today by 6, we can set up that payment plan for you. We just have to add a one-time $20 time payment fee, which is required by law. Now, Yadi's gonna give you a copy of this document, the judgment and sentence order. She's also gonna give you a document regarding your appeal rights and your appeal process. Please pay attention to that document if you wish to appeal the court's decision today. There are several things that you must do. First, and you're gonna sign for it and we're gonna give you a copy of it. First, you have to file what's called a notice of appeal. That's a notice you can get up at our front counter. It has to be filed in this court within 14 days after today's court date. Secondly, there are requirements that are listed in the paperwork that you must complete. And then lastly, you must meet those requirements by the deadlines, the timelines listed in the paperwork. If you fail or neglect to complete any one of those 3 steps, you would be giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Not all the way, but I can read it on the form, I guess.
Okay, she'll give you that document. Thank you both for being here. We can go off the record.
I thought you said you were gonna allow me to say one last thing on the record.
Oh, okay. What did you want to say?
I wanted to actually pray. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Okay, we're not going to do that. as
Thy
part of
kingdom
this
come,
process.
thy
We
will
can
be
go off the
done
record.
on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily.
He cut the feed, and he had another hearing, and he never came back on, so I didn't get it. It was a criminal hearing, too, not a civil. Okay, so guys, this Sov Cit, he sort of got the script in, sort of, but it took him a while. I needed to help him. So I have the whole video coming out at around noon tomorrow, and I help him the whole time, let him know what to say and how to say it, because he gets it in, though. He gets it in. So, but it's an hour long. Oh, but it'll be there. It's just going to be a video. It's not a live. I already made the video. All right. Okay, one more clip, and it's all Fleischer. All of it. I can't concentrate with this chat. This chat is so funny. Oh my gosh. I keep laughing and I'm forgetting that I'm doing I'm doing court here, guys. I missed the whole Sov Cit clip because I was laughing at chat. All right, here we go. Fleischer. Focus, guys. Focus. Stay focused.
Great. Now, next,
Death
what are
row.
you going to do about a lawyer?
I have an attorney, but I don't need one for this situation. Being that all we would have to do is look at the body cam, my rights were completely violated. There was no probable cause for pulling me over. And that's about it, sir. That's my only case.
What I can do is I can reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer if you'd like.
Offender work fine.
Do you work?
No, sir. I'm on Social Security.
Are you on disability or
That's correct.
What's the nature of your disability?
Paranoid. No, excuse me. Chronic schizophrenia.
Okay. You're taking medication?
That's correct.
Wonderful. Good. Just keep taking it. Good things will happen for you. Let me see if I have an application.
Hasn't yet with this situation.
No, there's always two sides to the story.
Oh, you know what? That's why I always go body cam, so we all have the same story. If I was to say like, sorry, you didn't read me my rights, that's just petty. I'm like, sorry, you violated my complete rights as a human.
So I have an application on file, so we're good. I'll have Victoria reach out to the MAC. We'll have a lawyer for you here momentarily. For now, I'm gonna have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, I'll just have you take a seat in the jury box. We're gonna have find a lawyer for you. You guys can powwow and then we'll figure out where we go from there. Okay? Please.
Right this way.
That's Victoria. Did you hear her?
You know, he has an open felony case as well, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Sir, I'd like to state I have no misdemeanors, no felonies at all, just to let you know this is completely out of hand.
Well, my only concern is that, come up one more time. Just, Mr. Briscoe, my only other concern is that you're on bond for a felony case, right?
That was a situation with my son's school, yes, sir.
You don't have to explain. I'm just saying the only thing I'm trying to impart to you is that when you're on bond for a felony case, you pick up a new case, it's very possible that they revoke that bond and issue a felony warrant for you.
I just want to state that court date has been pushed back 3 times, sir, for I don't know what reason. They told my attorney, which I do have an attorney for that case, that they have no evidence against me, and the charge is fleeing, sir. Now, they have no evidence, yet the case was pushed back twice. For what reason, I have no idea, sir. Now we're in this situation where my court date was pushed back 2 to 3 times, which the 3rd time is coming up this month, and they setting them back 30 days in between each other within the new dates. So I don't know what we had, what type of game or scam was going on to kind of get me on bond and get me arrested again, or I don't know, sir, but my attorney already stated that they have no evidence against me in that case. And right now, they're at their limit of pushback dates. So you see how it's pushed back, then all of a sudden my rights are harassed and I'm pulled over. It's kind of a coincidence.
Sounds legit.
The only thing only other thing I'm going to tell you is that it takes time to get evidence. It's not immediate. It takes darn near 90 days just to get a 911.
If the lawyer has, the cop has to show up, we will all sit here and that'll be fine for me.
Listen, it takes time to get evidence. That's why they've been pushing your case away upstairs in the felony court.
First case, yes, sir. Yeah, that case, they already told my lawyer they have no evidence. They have nothing at all. And the charge that I'm being charged with is fleeing. But I pulled over, and like he said, I take my keys, drop them out the window.
Listen for a second. It takes time to get evidence. The only other problem is that you've picked up a new case now. It's possible that they revoke your bond upstairs. I'm going to give you a lawyer now. As soon as you leave here today, I would probably get in contact with Mr. Johnson, your lawyer upstairs, let him know what's happened here. That way you guys can be prepared.
Yes, sir. And I just want to know the charges hasn't been, I guess, stuck on me for lack of better term. So I will be taking it to trial and everything will be just fine, sir. Because I have to make the cop have to stand on his rights of violating my rights. And we will just go from there, sir. Now, if you would have read the statement correctly, I would have said that's exactly what happened. God ripped my car apart. I told him the marijuana was under the seat, ripped my car apart, sir, like it was trash.
You have the right to remain silent. Exercise that right. The only other thing I want to tell you is do not pick up any new cases while you're on bond in this court. Otherwise, I will revoke this bond.
Oh, sir. Hopefully I won't get harassed anymore.
All right, please.
Right there, page 8, Cummings,
Good morning, Ms. Cummings. Ma'am, you are charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and/or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, ma'am.
Also observed that hand-to-hand transaction at Tiny's gas station in Harris County, Texas. The male immediately began walking away as he saw the marked patrol vehicle enter the parking lot. The male was detained without incident and was going to be a juvenile. The female was also detained and she turned around to face officers who observed a bag containing green leafy substance inside of her purse, which was worn on her body. Defendant admitted she was selling the marijuana and sold it to the juvenile, which was detained. The defendant explained she also used the marijuana that was found in her person for personal use. The marijuana recovered was about 0.52 ounces, Judge.
Okay. Ma'am, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do not go back to this location. Do not pick up any new cases. I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand, ma'am? It's not an answer. Yes or no?
Yeah, I understand.
Does she smell like weed now?
No, the thing is, the man downstairs had my purse is, I don't smell like weed. I have not been smoking. My purse smells like that. It's sustained. If I get it washed, it will be out. He just smelled it down there. So of course it's gonna smell like it because what happened downstairs. So I'm not smoking. I'm not high right now. I'm just tired and sleepy. So
Don't smoke any weed while you're on bond in this court. I'm gonna test you. If I find that you're smoking, you will go to jail.
okay.
You understand? Can you mind filing an order not to go back to this gas station?
Yes, Judge.
The other person didn't get arrested, did they, at the juvenile?
Exactly.
Stop, please.
Since he isn't charged here, I don't have many records, but I believe he was charged. I just don't have it here. We don't have it in adult here, but it would be over in juvie.
Can I say something?
Don't, please. I have a district attorney here. If you say something, he's gonna sit there, type everything down and use it against you. It's best not to. You'll get the opportunity to fight your case. Just now's not that time. The only other thing I'm gonna advise you is don't have any contact with this juvenile.
I don't even know him.
Now, Ms. Cummings, what do you do for a living?
What I do for a living?
How do you get money? How do you eat? How do you survive?
My people take care of me, and right now I'm in the process of looking for a job. I have a lot going on. I just lost my son. He was 2 months, had pneumonia. So I had a lot going on. And if you don't believe me, I have a month, what's the thing called? Orbit, the paper for the funeral. I have all of that. I have proof. I have a lot going on in life. So before judging, like, you should see a person background as well. So yeah. I'm in the process of trying to get myself together. That's what I'm doing.
Did you want to apply for an appointed lawyer, ma'am?
I will.
Don't pick up any new
If
cases.
you look at my thing, this is my first charge in Harris County. And I've been living here all my life. Like, you coming at me like this is my first charge. Like, what they did that day was really wrong.
Don't say anything.
Okay.
You have the right to remain silent. Exercise that right. I'm just asking you, don't pick up any new cases. That's it. I'm gonna have you go to Victoria. We will have you sign a reset. I need you to fill out an application for an appointed lawyer, ma'am. So we will give you an application and then I'll have you take a seat in the jury box. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions, ma'am.
Okay.
Please.
Right, Judge, page 16. Page 16, LeBlanc.
Okay. Byron LeBlanc. Good morning, Mr. LeBlanc. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
I have attorney.
Yeah, I know. I just don't know where Mr. Nolly is. He'll get here eventually, but that's why we need to get, started with our business too. All right, please.
On April 28, 2024, in Harris County, Texas, officers observed the defendant failed to maintain a single lane and drive on the shoulder of the road, driving in an unsafe manner with another vehicle nearby. Traffic stop was conducted. Officer observed defendant have a strong odor of alcoholic beverage emitting from his breath and his eyes to be red and bloodshot. The scene was relocated to the Topgolf parking lot nearby. Defendant admitted to consuming 2 to 3 12-ounce Michelob Ultra beer bottles, with his first drink being at 6 p.m. and his last drink being at midnight on April 28th. SFSTs were conducted. HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 6 out of 8, one leg stand 3 out of 4. DIC red, consistency of breath 0.128 for the first sample, but it was unacceptable. Officer attempted to have the defendant provide another sample, which read 0.128 again, but was unacceptable again. The officer then transferred the defendant to JPC. The first breath sample came back as 0.113, however, again was unacceptable, and the test was stopped by the instrument due to the defendant unable to provide adequate breath samples. A blood warrant was signed and executed.
Find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license, sir?
Yes, sir. I drive for a living. This is my first time ever having anything done.
Please don't. Do you have valid liability insurance in your name?
Yes, I do.
You may continue to drive. Just be careful. If it does get suspended, you may not drive. I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or any kind of dope, you will go to jail. You will not get any more PR bonds.
Yes.
You understand? Now, good job on having a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance so you don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with Mr. Nolly. He'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. For now, I'll have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. You'll get with our pretrial to get your bond conditions, and after that, you'll be welcome to wait for your lawyer and back. Please. No. So I don't put a device unless it's a second or unless they've had like a recently dismissed DWI and they still charge it like a first. So, but on all true first, I don't put a device unless there's some extenuating circumstance, like someone dies or, someone is maimed in a car wreck, so. Yeah. Yeah.
Page 18, Martinez, Christopher, come on up.
All right, good morning, Mr. Martinez. Mr. Martinez, you're charged with driving while your license is suspended. Wow, they're really filing these cases now. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On April 24, 2024, officers conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle with an expired registration as of December 2022 in Harris County, Texas. Officers discovered the defendant's driving status was not eligible. Officers learned that the defendant had a license suspended due to a previous DWI conviction out of Galveston County.
How many DWIs are we talking?
Let me run it, Judge, and I will be sure to let you know. So, Judge, I see one.
So you said fill out.
Hey, can you print me out now, please? Mr. Martinez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm going to tell you now, there's nothing that makes me more upset than when someone drives without a license. You will be signing now an affidavit promising me that you're not going to drive. I don't give a rat's behind what your excuse is. If you get in a car and drive, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you get in a car. I don't care if Mother Teresa needs a ride to church. You get in a car, you will be doing a substantial amount of time in jail. Do you understand? If you want to drive, go get a license and liability insurance, and then you must get court approval. But otherwise, if I see you driving, you understand?
Yes, sir.
What do you do for a living?
I work at PetSmart. I work at PetSmart. The arresting officer I just seen her 2 days ago.
I just want to know what kind of income you make. What do you have the ability to hire a lawyer? How much money do you make a month?
Like less than.
Don't tell me probably. I know how much money I make to the penny every single time I get a check. You do too.
Time and we're not stable with hours. So sometimes I get 15 hours, sometimes I get 20 hours. It's a week by week thing. They get paid
Not
every
full
week.
time then, Mr. Martinez.
Only the managers get full time at PetSmart. Only a part-time associates at the job I'm at right now is right across the street from where I was staying. I had just got off of work, and that's where.
What do you do with the rest of your time since you're only working part-time?
I'm trying right now to get a second job at the store right across. So like the places that I'm going are just right across the street. But that's literally it. I mean,
I will have you fill out an application for an appointed lawyer, Mr. Martinez. Do not drive.
Sir.
You understand? If you drove here today, you better not drive home.
I had an Uber the last time. I spent like $80 just to come here to get rescheduled.
Application now. I will have you sign a receipt with Victoria, and then I'm gonna have you take your seat in the jury box while we find something.
Do not drive. It was mouthwash, and he has an interview tomorrow. And his dog needs to go to the vet. And Mother Teresa did, in fact, need a ride.
Judge, on page 11 and 12, Roscoe Sergio, come on up. Spanish speakers. Martinez. Go ahead and sign for your receipt.
Just check that to make sure that it's not the microphones. If it is, we can talk about it.
Good morning, Judge. Hi, good morning, Roberta. Good morning.
Okay.
Sergio Frausto. Mr. Frausto, you're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. You're also charged with driving on a false license. On both of those cases, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
A traffic stop was conducted in Harris County, Texas for a vehicle for running a red light. Officers observed him to have red glossy eyes, slurred speech, strong odor of alcoholic beverage on breath. Defendant stated he was coming from work and had consumed 2 beers. SFSCs were conducted, 6 out of 6 HGN, 4 out of 8 walk and turn. Defendant did not attempt the 1-leg stand. Upon conducting a search on the defendant, officers located a fictitious Texas driver's license inside of the wallet with distinctive discoloration. It also did not have any of the distinctive holographic images. Defendant stated he obtained a driver's license at a flea market and admitted to it being fake.
Tell me, when was the last DWI and how many other DWIs has he had, please?
One judge, 2013, in Pearland, convicted 60 days.
Okay.
The DIC was read, consented to breath, 0.135, 0.14.
Mr. Frost, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Tell me, are you a United States citizen? Are you in this country with or without permission?
Con permiso o sin permiso. Sin permiso. Without.
Do you know what happens if you go to jail?
Entonces se va a la cárcel usted. ¿Cómo? Usted sabe que lo que pasa es que usted va a la cárcel. No.
No. If you go to jail and immigration finds you in the jail, they will put a detainer on you. You will remain in custody until immigration is done with you, which usually takes about 6 to 9 months just to get a hearing on whether to deport you or allow you to stay in this country. You've already had several contacts where you've been to jail. So either you have a guardian angel over you or you were extremely lucky. At some point, that luck is going to break and they're going to put a detainer on you. Do not violate any of the conditions I've put on you now. Otherwise, I will put you in jail. And if you are unlucky enough, you're going to be there for an extremely long time. I'm ordering you not to drive at all. The worst possible thing you can do is get in a car and drive. I will have you sign with me today an affidavit promising me that you're not going to drive. This is a court order. If you drive, I will have a contempt hearing and you'll be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Because it's a second offense, I'm requiring you to obtain a handheld interlock device that you're going to take with you everywhere you go to prove to me that you're not consuming alcohol. If I find that you consume alcohol or drugs, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. You understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We are going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not to drive.
Okay.
After that, you'll get to Victoria. We're going to have you sign a reset. After that, you'll get to pretrial services. Well, they will give you your bond conditions. And after that, you'll be free to go. Mr. Frausto, do not drive. I don't care if there's a house that's burning and you have to take someone out with a car.
Wow, my chat just said that. My chat just said that.
Did you do the guardian analog paperwork? All right, this way. 30 days. Just a normal THA. Oh, a week. A week, yeah. Are you flying solo again today, I guess?
Yes, Judge, I'll say.
Do you speak English, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You are Manuel Solano. Sir, you're charged with interference with the duties of a public servant. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On April 24th, 2024, while pursuing a felon fleeing from the officers in a motor vehicle, defendant Solano was operating a separate vehicle, 1994 Chevy Impala. He began following the officer's pursuit in his vehicle from 7417 Hirsch Street to 800 Crown Street, which is where the fleeing felon crashed his vehicle into a ditch. Not only did defendant follow the chase, but along the way, he repeatedly appeared in front of the officers. And at one point, he also swerved his vehicle side to side.
I drove my car into a bank the other day, like he did, but the tellers weren't mad at all.
And into the officer's lane in what officers believe was an attempt to slow the officers down and assist the fleeing felon in getting away. Officer then saw him a second time at another intersection, at which point he clearly and knowingly saw the officers pursuing the fleeing felon, but still decided to turn towards the officer from the intersection they were driving by at a high rate of speed. This caused the officers to momentarily slow down their pursuit. Defendant denied knowing who the fleeing suspect was and stated he was just driving around being nosy when he decided to follow the police vehicle pursuit. When asked why he was pulling in front of the police vehicles and swerving into the lane, he stated that it was due to the fact that he was traveling at a high rate of speed on the road and couldn't control his vehicle, which is why he was swerving side to side, at the same time pressing his brakes. Officer Salazar, who was the primary unit on the pursuit, also stated that he observed the defendant at least 4 times during the pursuit, as well as observing the defendant Solano swerving towards their police vehicle as they drove northbound, and the defendant was driving southbound.
Can you run his license, please, see if you have?
Sure, Judge.
Yeah.
He's eligible, Judge.
Just Solano, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you not to have contact with the co-defendant in this case, if there is the other guy that, so did they caught up to the felon, I'm assuming, right?
They did, Judge, but he's not connected in our tab. I don't know what it is.
So you don't know if there was arrest that happened or?
No, based on the PC that I read, it looks like the phone did crash when they caught him. I need to double check. That may have been in a separate OR.
Okay. Mr. Solano, like I said, I am going to find probable cause. I'm not putting any conditions on your case. Be careful. Do not pick up any new cases. Otherwise, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'll have you go to Victoria, sign a reset, and then we'll get you out, sir. You have been disrespectful since you've walked in
I'm not
here.
trying to be, you're being rude
Do
to me.
not talk over me. You've been disrespectful since you got here. I'm not going to put up with it. This is not Burger King where you get your way. If you don't do things the right way, then we'll just reset you and you can take it home and do it. But I don't want attitude here. Do you understand?
Yes.
Thank you. You can give her the application again. We'll see what she does. If you just give me it with blanks on everything, I'm not gonna grant it.
What are you expecting me to put if I had told you that I don't
What your
have
fences are, you didn't put anything where you
I don't
live.
have a car. I stay in a room. What is that giving you a place to live? I stay in a room. That's why I didn't put nothing.
You have a place that you live. There's an address. You have a phone number. You didn't put a phone number. You didn't put any expenses down.
The judge is talking to you. Don't be disrespectful to the judge. I'm just telling you, for your own sake, he can throw you in jail for being disrespectful. Don't do that.
Ms. Cummings, I don't want to have to hold you in contempt, but this is going sideways really fast. And I'm not going to let you put up and try to take control here. I have enough drama in my life. I don't need any more. If you don't want to fill it out, we'll let you go with it and you can come back with it another day. And that's it.
Can I do that?
Sure. Let it go.
But she has conditions, doesn't she? Still
Oh,
sign?
yeah, I need to sign. Let me see if I think I have them right here.
Someone get him a
Do you have
lollipop
conditions
stat.
on it, Ms. Cummings?
We're gonna give her one real quick. And we're gonna talk to you before.
I've got it. It's ready to go.
Oh no, it got cut out. Melissa, I think you were right there. How did it get cut out? Putting that damn text in. Ruined the video.
All the promises you made me, Mr. Ariel. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go there. I'm going to stay. I promise. In one ear, out the other. And you picked up yet another criminal trespass. Over and over and over and over. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 criminal trespasses. Possession of marijuana, possession of a controlled substance, attempted possession of a firearm, resisting arrest, failure to identify times 3, possession of a controlled substance times 10. Do you remember what I told you last time you were here? Do you remember, Mr. Ariel?
We weren't even there and we remember.
What happened on the news, Mr. Kim? Newest trespass? Is it the same?
Armando Ariola, Judge.
Please.
April 29th, 2024, officers were dispatched to the Chevron gas station in Harris County, Texas, the same one as all the last criminal trespasses. The now defendant was found in the freezer room. Complainant stated he was trespassed before and wanted to pursue charges.
In the freezer room this time. Same place as all other 18?
Yes, it just notes, generically all the previous criminal trespasses.
It's the same one, right?
Chevron gas 14647, yes, Judge. Whoops. Yes. Oh, yes.
I will not entertain any offers with you. I will immediately set your case for trial, and I'm going to put you back in the DDRP location. And if you take off, it's okay with me. I will continue to do the same thing, and I will continue to put you back into the DDRP location until it takes. At some point, it's going to take. And I'm going to bring you back here every day to tell you not to go back to the Chevron location. Every day you will come back to see me until we go to trial.
I believe him.
And I'm going to keep telling you, don't go back to the Chevron. Okay.
Thanks for asking, Victoria. I thought so. That's what I thought. I was about to send some right out, and then I'm like, wait. I mean, the last thing we would ever want to do is get Judge Fleischer in trouble. So, yeah, I'm glad we asked. I'm so glad you asked. You're so nice.
Your Honor. Yep, give me 1 second. No. Mr. Ariola, are you not going to talk to me? How are you going to represent yourself if you're not even going to talk to me? How's that going to work? Yeah, tell me.
My handcuffs tied behind my back.
I brought you out because Lori, the lawyer I've appointed to represent you, is telling me that you want to represent yourself. Is this what you want to do?
I do.
Why?
This court is threatening me with a program I'm not asking them. This court has threatened me of such remarks I've never even promised this court.
You have terrorized the people at the Chevron for the last 3 years. And I've told you time after time after time not to go back to the Chevron. Yet you persist and you go back. You allegedly steal. You allegedly destroy their property. They've asked you repeatedly. I've ordered you not to go back repeatedly. Yet the minute you get out, you go back to the property over and over, and you have been arrested at this place, what, 14 times? Pavel, how many times are we talking? 17, 22? You've been arrested over and over, and I've asked you to, time and again not to go back. Every time you do what you're going to do anyways. So what can I do to ensure that you're not going to go back? You have never, in the 3 years and the 25 to 30 cases that you've had with me, have ever once, not once, appeared on your own. Ever. The only thing I asked you to do is not to go back to the Chevron. That's all I asked you to do. So, if you were in my shoes, what would you do?
The court ordered not to go back to the store.
I've done that 18 times.
You've asked me.
Yes.
Not once have there been a court
asked
order.
you, I've ordered, I've prayed, I've done smoke signals. Everything I've done is to try to get you not to go back.
I wish you was talking here. I'd like to know that. Are we just talking?
Yeah.
I've made my case to this court before. These privileged calls on me about being at the store are made by one man, one employee. I'm given permission to go to the back of the store. And we're just talking here. I made my case. Okay. This here rattles me. It disturbs my peace of mind. Okay. These people know who I am. They allow me to go to the back of the store. There's no interest in any other way around unless I get permission by them. They give me permission. Okay. Later, when shift changes, I believe this is how it always tends to it. It's when the policemen are called on my person. I made my case to this court. I'm just talking.
If you want, I will call them right now to see if you're allowed to go back. But from what we've seen and what the owner has told us, they don't want you to go back. Have you talked to the owner in this before? I mean, I know you have in the past, but
the individual that we called last time is listed complaining on each of them, so we usually call him. But we can reach out to the official owner this time around.
I will reach out now to see. But if what you're telling me when shift change comes, that the person coming in doesn't want you there, then that's when you got to go. I will find out right now. I will call for you to see if they want you there or not. But even so, every time I ask you not to go, you still go anyways. So what am I supposed to do?
Rehab.
I don't want to keep you here. We have enough people in jail. It doesn't make me happy having you here, but I got to protect the public.
If I tell you this, I'm telling you this. I will not go back to that store.
And you done told me that before 18 times.
This is why this is just small talk. I've never promised you nor ever told you anything of such a nature.
Get the phone number.
I do have a phone number, Judge.
I'm gonna call right now. Give me a second. Let me help Kendra here. As soon as I'm done with her, I'm gonna call them myself right now and see whether they want you there or not. And then I'll bring you back out and I'll let you know. Give me 2 minutes.
Oh,
I mean, Lori's right. I don't want to make myself a witness, you know? Okay.
Coronado, Your Honor, for
Okay.
plea.
Hi, Mr. Coronado. So, sir, you're charged with harassing communication. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. What have you guys worked out?
30 days, credit for 10, Your Honor.
Okay. So, like I said, you're charged with harassing communication. You worked out an agreement where they're offering you 30 days in jail, credit for the 10 that you've done. Understand that this is done today, done forever. You'll get out today, barring no holds from any other places. But what you must understand, this will go on your record because of your prior. Any more cases you pick up, you'll be looking at a minimum of 90 days in jail. Do you understand? It's also here alleged that you have a prior harassment of a public servant. Is this true?
I just did two years.
Okay. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the offense, sir? I will find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. Good luck to you, sir. Thanks. Thank you, Mr. Williams. Hey, true to the enhancement. Please. Eric. For what? Okay, June 11th. Yeah, for sure. So let him know that I'm not taking any. What? Come up, Mr. Dowdy.
you're in trouble, Mr. Dowdy.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna play this game where he's just, I mean, if he sets it today, then we're gonna go. I'm not taking anything else. Mr. Dowdy, good morning, sir. You were charged with interference with the duties of a public servant. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and a $2,000 fine. Your case is old. It's 190 days old, and it's time to make a decision today what you want to do. Your lawyer tells me that you want to set up a trial. I'm okay with that, but I'm not going to play this game where you try to plead guilty at a later date, this, that. No. This case for trial today, we will go to trial. I will not take any more deals. Do you understand? I'm not going to play this game. I'm not going to bring down a bunch of jurors and waste time for 40, 35 people for you to just plead guilty and move on. It's not cool. Do you understand? You don't have to make a decision now. I'll give you a chance to talk with Eric about it. But if you set this thing for trial, we will go to trial. Unless they're dismissing this case, I will not take anything else.
Dismissing this case? No, I already dismissed that one.
Oh, yeah.
Davey,
Yeah, he just had an assault dismissed, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, if we go, you will go to trial. So you guys talk about it. Because I don't know what's going to happen in your felony case. I have no idea, but I'm not going to reward you with more time because you picked up a felony case. No, sir. So you guys talk. Let me know if you want to set this case for trial.
you see
You'll get
Melissa?
a June
Sorry,
11th
I gotta rewind
trial,
it.
more time because if we go, you will go to trial. So you guys talk about it. Because I don't know what's gonna happen in your felony case. I have no idea, but I'm not gonna reward you with more time because you picked up a
Did
felony
I
case.
not go back far
No,
enough?
sir. So, you guys talk, let me know if you want to set this case for trial. You'll get a June 11th trial date and we will go on that day. Do you understand? Okay, thanks. Hi. Good morning.
I have Tavion Simmons, fugitive docket, wants to know if you would give him a bond. Also wants to talk to you.
Can you bring him out, please? That,
I'm gonna be opposed.
sure, tells me a lot. He sounds familiar. Have we met him before?
Yes, Judge.
Have we met him?
I'll let Dave speak.
So he is, well, I'll wait.
Everybody's being so cryptic. I mean,
Let's wait until he comes out.
He's just a really busy bee, is what he is.
he looks young, 17?
28.
23.
Really?
28.
He said 23.
I mean, he doesn't even know how old he is. I mean, that's usually when you're in your 50s where you don't know how old you are.
Birthdays are hearsay. Oh, you missed that part with Sov Cit. It's going to be on the video tomorrow.
Oh, and I was able to get a hold of him, but this huge here, because technically he has counsel for the Ariel. So
it's Lori Gooch.
Lori, sorry. So, but I'm ready whenever she's.
Yeah, well. So what I was hoping that we could do is get him on the phone so that he can hear, so Ariola can hear from the complaining witness himself. And I should have told you that at the outset to ask him if he's available so that we can put him on speaker so that Ariola himself can hear, don't come back. That was the end game that I had.
Well, I mean, I know he's picking up, so I can call back and then I can.
Yeah. Mr. Simmons. How's jail? How's jail? Really? I don't know anything about you. All I know is that you're wanted out of state somewhere for something that I have no idea what. We're gonna find out. Shreya has told me that you want me to set you a bond. And I don't know, I don't know you, I've never met you before. So and the only way that I can really judge people is how they are on paper. How you are on paper tells me what kind of person you are, because when you come in front of me, everybody acts like it's little bunnies jumping in the woods, right? Little Bambi and whatnot. But me, I don't know you. So let's find out.
And he's wanted out of Clark County, Nevada for battery with a deadly weapon. In our Harris County jurisdiction, he's currently wanted for felon possession of a weapon, fraud 5 to 9 items, and robbery.
No.
Wait, so that, am I the wrong person?
Yes, you have Dwayne Sylvester. We're looking at Tavion Simmons.
Oh, sorry. He's wanted out of Platte County, Missouri for burglary, 2nd degree, and stealing $750 or more. However, this is the same defendant in a previous fugitive case just a few months ago for literally the same offenses, where he forfeited a new warrant had to be issued out for his arrest last month.
Did we give him a bond?
No, he was returned to the jurisdiction, but that warrant was from 2022 that he absconded for roughly 1.5 years, some odd couple of months.
This is Tavion Simmons, right?
Yes, Tavion Simmons.
Because I don't see a prior fugitive case.
And then he was returned, and then obviously a month or two out, he immediately forfeited again, and then a new warrant was issued for literally the same cases.
They had to do a consolidation of SPIN numbers. So what's showing up is a new SPIN number. So there's another SPIN number attached to his name, and it shows the rest of his record.
Oh, do you know what that is? Because I'm not showing any priors. I'm showing that he's clean as a whistle.
No, he's currently on deferred for engaging in organized criminal activity. He recently had a 2nd degree felony theft dismissed pursuant to the plea on the engaging.
Is that here in Harris County?
Yes, Judge. These are all Harris County. And then he had 2 prior fugitive cases even before those, and then another engaging in organized criminal activity. So he's on double deferred
Double secret probation, triple secret probation.
And then another UUMV that was dismissed pursuant to that, and FSRA, another theft that was dismissed in 2022. We're still in the 2000s. Criminal mischief, that's a state jail felony. Invasive criminal or visual recording, that's still 2022. Indecent assault, still 2022. And that's just Harris County. I haven't run as FBI. So I'm going to obviously be opposed to him getting a bond.
Did he give you a bond?
Well, Your Honor, that's from 2022. I served my time for that. I served my time for all those cases. Like right now, I didn't pick up.
You keep picking up fugitive cases. This is your third fugitive case.
It's the same case, sir. It's the same exact case. The reason why I have a fugitive warrant right now is because the day I was supposed to go to court, I got arrested for tickets, and that was, and you can see that I forgot, like last month, I got arrested for tickets that day. I had a flight booked and everything, showing that I was going to go to court.
That's you. Look how many priors.
This is you. 3 cases though.
3?
Dismissed. They got dismissed.
They were dismissed pursuant to the eviction, and the defendant is making my argument for me. He's saying that he violated the terms of other cases by picking up other offenses and getting arrested, to say nothing of the fact that he's on triple deferred in this county while he has fugitives out, and this being his, well, technically 4th, but 3rd, with the 2nd being on the same cases. He can't seem to comply with any of his conditions by committing more violations in other counties. He has warrants out in multiple states.
And why none of this was on? So I see that you have our fugitive case. You had a fugitive case from
There's
December.
one filed on December 2nd, 2022. A previous one was filed on May 3rd, 2022. Previous one was filed on March 11, 2022.
Tell me, this case that he's wanted for now, are those new cases that he's picked up over there?
No, it's for the same cases that he already was returned on and then forfeited again, and then a new warrant was issued on the same cases. So it's just.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay. So essentially, you go back, and if you said it's Missouri?
It's Platte County, Missouri, yes, Judge.
You go back, and then I guess you take off, you leave, and then they issue new warrants. But this is the 3rd time this has happened, where they keep issuing warrants because you keep taking off or you keep not doing something that you're supposed to do. They keep issuing warrants. So tell me, why would I reward that behavior?
Man, I'm on deferred probation. I am not gonna get in any trouble. The reason why I missed court this last time is because I got picked up for tickets in Harris County from 2018 when I just got out of jail, 2023, February 10th. Those could have been handled while I was in jail, but when I got pulled over, they brought those old warrants, tickets from 2008 that I didn't even know I had. I was telling them, I just got out of jail. How do I have tickets, warrants when I just got out? And I missed court. Like, I went to the court day before. I have no reason to run out there. They not offering me no time or nothing. They're trying to run my probation concurrent. It's no reason for me to run. I went to the
I'm not
first.
worried about your traffic stuff. I'm worried about the stuff in Missouri.
Yeah, I'm gonna handle it. They trying to offer me probation. They trying to run it concurrent with Texas, and I'm gonna get an interstate compound. It's not like they offer me 10 years and I'm trying to run from that. It's not nothing like that. That's why they keep giving me bonds to go out there. It just is far. It's like 12 hours. But I had a flight and everything booked. Like I had. Like,
Maybe at some point they'll get it that if they give you a bond, you're just not going to continue to show up. I don't know, but I can't really reward you with a bond when you keep doing the same thing over and over and over. It's like my child. If I tell my child, hey, don't do this, and he does it again, and I don't punish him, what's going to happen? He's going to do it again, right?
Right, but it's not like that. I'm running. It's just.
But it is like that, though.
I'm there from me being incarcerated. December 2nd of 2022, I came to jail and I had court like the same week. It's not like I'm running. I had court. I'm incarcerated. I can't go if I'm incarcerated. That's why they keep giving me bonds out there. Every time I go, they be like, "What happened?" I say, "I was incarcerated." And they give me a bond and I go home.
Because you keep picking cases up here in Harris County too.
Why haven't I picked up a case in Harris County since 2022? This is 2024. I'm on.
Wow, a theft, 150,000 to 300,000.
It's the same. That's why it's a secondary felony, and that's why really the last time he was here, he's part of a jugging investigation at a bank. And hold on, I'll go back to my previous notes for the last time we approached.
What happened in that theft case?
Theft case?
Yeah.
That one is
150,000 to 300,000. That's a chunk of change, man.
By the jugging, it was burglarized at Chase Bank. Total amount taken by the defendants, $232.280. Their dispatch found a drive-through ATM to be burglarized. They recovered a stolen truck and tools that were utilized to break into the drive-through ATM. Let's see.
And you're too dangerous for me. I can't do it.
That's from 2020.
I don't care if it's from 2018 or 2011. My point is this, Mr. Simmons, you are a dangerous person. I know you're going to tell me it's little bunnies jumping in the woods, but the fact remains, I think you're a dangerous person. If I let you out, what good's going to happen?
I mean, with you not letting me out, I'm gonna fly to Kansas and I'm gonna.
You can't fly to Kansas.
Yes, they're gonna extradite me, right? They're gonna extradite me to Kansas.
I let you out and you try to get on a plane. You still have a warrant that's open from Missouri. They will arrest you on the spot and take you right back over here.
I went through this. This is not my first time going through this. I bonded out and I had 2 weeks to go turn my, and I turned
Therein
myself.
lies the problem. It's not your first time.
Yeah, but it's not like I was doing something. It's because I was incarcerated. Like, it's not like I'm actually getting out and not going to court. I got incarcerated for a warrant. It's not like I missed court because I was incarcerated.
I'm going to make sure now that we're going to get you back to Missouri. We're going to wait for them to come get you. And at that point, we'll get you back so you can answer the charges over there.
Right.
But I can't, in good conscience, give you a bond. It's too much drama, man.
Well, without bringing up stuff from 2019, it's gonna be, that's old. It's like 6 years ago. This is 2024. I haven't got in trouble since 2022. I've been out on probation for a long time now. Like, I ain't picked up a new charge in Harris County. So with y'all giving me a bond or not, I'm gonna fly to Missouri and I'm gonna bond out, and it's gonna be the same thing. I have a bond out there, $7,500.
Hey, when you get over there, if they give you a bond and you post a bond, don't leave, because otherwise we're going to be in this position a fourth time. And I'm not going to give you a bond. If you get arrested again because you take off from Missouri, you're going to be sitting in jail for a long time again. Okay. Thanks.
Excuse me, Colonel. Oh, this is.
Also, the reason why I thought it was.
I just wanted.
Right there, right there. Guys, right there. Right there, right there. Victoria, is that you?
Hey.
Yes. So here's the parents.
Okay, so the Victoria clip went from the middle to the end. I must have dragged it. But was that Victoria? Somebody tell me that was Victoria. I'm looking. I'm waiting for chat to say something because there's a lag between me and chat. I think it was her. I really, really, really think it was her. I really, really, really do. Yes! Yes, it was! That's awesome. Victoria, you guys work so hard. You and Melissa work so hard every day. And he had a day today. Guys, I couldn't put the whole thing in. This stream is already almost 2 hours long. So, you know, there was stuff we missed that they kept chugging along and chugging along and chugging along. I am going to show the rest of them, the things that I don't get in my streams every day. Either going to be Saturday, Sunday, or they're going to be videos. But you will get to see all of Fleischer. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not going to cut out any Fleischer. And then I want to put the clips on my Patreon too. Don't worry. Man, he's so good. I just feel so bad that everybody gave him an attitude yesterday. I mean, he doesn't deserve that. He's trying to help them. And they're giving him attitude. No, I can't write my address down. I live in a room. A room. But we do need another Sov Cit to go in there. We're ready again for another Sov Cit because it just went so fast. It was like, remember when we used to pay $40 for a pay-per-view for a Mike Tyson fight, and then 13 seconds later it was over? That's what it was like with the Sov Cit. He came in and tried his little ridiculousness and was gone. We need another one. Kelly? Kelly, never mind. I don't want to hear him say, "How's jail, Kelly?" Can you go in and be a Sov Cit? You know the script. You know the script. Regal fiction. Are we rhyming legal again today? Because nothing beats Schmiegel. As soon as Carolyn whipped out the Schmiegel, we all lost. So, oh no. People are just coming into the chat now. I feel so bad because it's over. Should I do a 15-minute bonus clip? So I have this, and I've talked about it before. I have this lawyer who is defending herself, but it's a tiny clip. It's only 15 minutes long, and there's no end to it. It cuts off. So there's really no beginning or no end. But the middle, what I got, it's pretty good. But we don't get an answer, so don't ask me for an answer. If you need to see a resolution, leave now. Go, go, go. All right. All right, let's do it. I was going to end here, but let's do it.
Disclosure of witnesses by the prosecution.
Well, you haven't filed anything on that. So that's what I'm ordering in this case. So you can hire an expert if you want to, and they can do whatever work they want. They can file a report, and then we'll see if it draws any objection from the people.
Your Honor, the question was allowing access to the property to view the tree.
We'll see. We'll see if that's a problem or not. But if you want to hire an expert and if you want to access the property, you can ask the district attorney if they have any objection. But basically what you're telling me is you haven't done anything to get an expert. And you're just at the last minute saying, I'd like to get one and have them invest. So I'm
Well, I filed
suspicious of that.
well, the district attorney, Mr. Clark, and I said, I want to get permission from the court in order for an expert to go there. And he said, you have to do that by motion.
Okay.
So I filed the motion and I followed his.
Do people have an objection to their expert or her expert being allowed to access the property?
Your Honor, I would note that this is private property, and so she would need to get permission. I would say that we don't have an objection to her getting an expert if she would like, in the sense that if she does get one and she files a report, then we can see where we're at. I would like notice of her, reasonable notice for the neighbor that she wants to access the property.
Okay, that seems reasonable. So if you hire an expert and the expert says, yeah, I'll go out and look at the tree or trees, and but I need access, you can ask the DA's office. If there's a problem, you can file a motion, but you should get going on it right away.
I'm sorry, I thought that I was doing that right now because I'm asking for.
You haven't even hired an expert or done anything.
And
this has been going on since what, 7 months now?
Judge, I followed the district attorney said, and he said you have to file a motion to get
Well,
access. and so I
that's
filed-
my ruling on it. So do that. The next motion is to dismiss, or in the alternative, to show cause as to evidence to support allegations pertaining to tree on private property. Anything more that you wanted to see in support of that?
Your audio is fine. She's thinking. And I don't know why the video froze, but that's fine. The audio is fine. She's still thinking. It takes her a minute. Or my clip is broke. Oh, my darn clip is broke, guys. All right, hold on. Let me try again. She does pause
disclosure of
there and
witness
think.
for supposedly bad.
Okay, the clip is fine. That just froze there.
Or
I think we were around here.
Yeah, there isn't probable cause if there has been any crime committed. The trimming of a tree is a legal activity, and there is nothing that ties anything when it comes to this tree trimmer, and any statements when it comes to an allegation of wrongdoing. And the people are looking at a video and listening to Pam Outlaw, who is hysterical about various things, and making up a story as to what this video shows. Whether or not the video is suppressed or not, it only shows illegal activity. If there was any damage, and there's no proof of any kind of damage, there was no proof of an illegal activity. So this tree trimmer is standing on a 6-foot-high fence and trimming trees. And there's no indication, anything that anyone heard a direction, or ties it to anything other than a possible civil action if there's damage to a tree. There's nothing that has ever been shown that there was any intent, or certainly since this tree trimmer supposedly, I mean, if he's hired, there can't be a transferred intent. This tree trimmer wasn't given a summons. There's absolutely no evidence of crime, possibly a civil action, but not a crime. And even the video, it's garbage, you can't hear anything. And the accusation was initially that I did it, and then on the summons, there isn't any, it doesn't relate to any direction or hiring someone or anything like that. So there's no indication and no evidence of any kind of crime.
Okay, you took the response?
Honor, I would say that whether or not a crime has been committed is for a jury to determine at trial. The people believe that we can meet our burden, that there was probable cause. We have the videos of the tree being cut down at the direction of Miss Margolin. We have pictures of the damaged tree, and we have the cost estimate showing the repair to the tree, all of which has been disclosed to Miss Margolin. And so we would say that there was probable cause in this case to issue a summons. And whether or not, Miss Margolin did or didn't do something is not a fact to determine here. It's a fact for a jury to determine at jury trial.
I agree with that.
Can I just respond a little bit? Well, because I think the district attorney, and I understand this needs to be the case, but there's no picture of damage to a tree. I think she's referring to the tree and the allegations on public property, where there has been a discovery of pictures of a stump, but there are never any pictures of outlaw's trees showing damage of any kind. And there's nothing other than a lawful activity of trimming a tree.
All
There is
objections.
the directing. I don't know what directing means. I know an officer can direct traffic and things like that, but that wasn't in the summons when it comes to directing. And there has been no explanation of what directing is, and there have been no statements of any kind of conversation that was heard by anyone. And so what you have is pictures of a tree trimmer lawfully, or trimming a tree, and he wasn't charged with trespass of any kind or anything like that. So there isn't any evidence, and there isn't evidence of a picture anywhere in the file except for the one in public property. So I think there's a little confusion about that.
Well, and those are all arguments that you can make to the jury, but it is a matter for the jury. I don't have in a misdemeanor case the ability to dismiss a case. I may in a preliminary hearing, and there's a specific hearing for that purpose in those cases, but I don't have that. So if the people think they can prove their case, they proceed at their peril. You can make whatever argument you want to the jury, but ultimately it's up to the trier of fact in this case of people hearing. So that motion is The only thing that remains then is notice to preserve constitutional issues regarding equal protection and due process. That's just a notice. And I do note that. Anything more you wanted to say about that?
Not about that, just that the court denied that individually because it was an issue of fact for the jury, but I wanted to disclose that it is still. And so when it comes to trial management, when it comes to time and how we're going to work that. Anyway, I wanted to give notice that it's still an issue.
What's an issue?
And I'm a little unclear when it comes to the tree trimmer. I think that I was asking, as I asked Mr. Clark, for permission already for the court because they're not going to give access. So
I'm not going to do anything on that until you hire an expert. And I believe that something's actually going to happen that you need access to the property, and then we'll cross that bridge when we get it, because nothing has happened in 6 months in that regard.
and the court does understand that I took directions from the district attorney that had to be a motion filed. So I did on April.
You're
4th.
not an unsophisticated party in this case. You're a lawyer. You understand how things work. So that's not very persuasive.
Also, when it comes to the timing of disclosures and all, when it comes to there are no disclosures of when it comes to witness disclosures, which are supposed to be done 35 days before the hearing. And that was after the date of the motions to be filed. So have we filed another motion on that? But
I'm not following you.
I'm making an objection that the people haven't presented their witness disclosures 35 days before the hearing.
Your response to that?
We submitted our witness endorsements on March 22nd and March 25th of 2020.
But there's no explanation of what they're going to testify to, which is part of the witness disclosure according to the case management order, that has to have
Names, addresses, phone numbers, you can call them. There's also discovery, I'm sure, that relates to what they're allegedly, what their involvement in the situation is. If you have other questions.
it doesn't say any of that. Those
It doesn't
disclosures.
have to. Just the name, the date, or excuse me, the address, the phone number. You're welcome to contact those people. I imagine they're mentioned in the discovery in general. So
But-
they've complied with witness disclosure.
I'm still looking at the case management order that says that there has to be a statement of their testimony along with the disclosures. And it's not there.
File the witness endorsements, and what I think Ms. Margolin is speaking to is in regards to expert witnesses and what they would testify to. We have not endorsed anyone as an expert in this case, as evidenced by our endorsements that were filed on March 22nd and March 25th.
I'm sorry, I'm saying you did not endorse them like this?
Didn't.
That's down to the tree. Okay.
Well, that's again, their trial strategy choice. I mean,
Well, I'm just a little confused when it comes to this. And it says Rule 16 disclosures, including laying expert witnesses with curriculum vitae and summary of testimony or report.
just for the expert.
It says laying expert witnesses on the case management order.
I'm ruling that it's just for the experts. Every other witness is fair game. You can call them, you can hire an investigator to talk to them, all that sort of stuff. They have to give you their name, their current address and phone number. So
Yeah, so how will I know how the prosecution is, like, there's just a name, there are a lot of names on there that I don't recognize.
you will contact those persons or you'll have their investigator. And there's probably some mention of what their role is in the discovery.
There
So-
isn't.
Okay, well, I'm satisfied that they have complied with their discovery obligation. So I'll make no further order on that. Was there anything else that people wish to raise at this?
I guess I would seek,
I thought it was over.
I think Ms. Margolin also raised in her motion to suppress, and I'm sorry to circle back, Judge, but I think she also raised in her motion to suppress that there was potentially a Rule 16 violation with the recorded interview of Mark and Shelley Stern. the people would rest on their motion and would note that we've substantially complied with Rule 16, and it was well before the 35-day deadline of disclosure of any evidence. We would also state, just to be clear, that we do concede that the interview did take place on November 7th of 2023, but the interview was not disclosed until March of 12th, 2024. But again, that's well before the 35-day deadline imposed by CRIM P Rule 16 IB3. And the people would also state that we will continue to comply with our ongoing obligations under the Rule 16, and that a suppression of this interview between Mark and Shelley Stern is not an appropriate remedy.
Yeah, I was satisfied with the people's response. in that
Thank you.
regard,
I appreciate it.
Given the time of the full trial.
A little clarification when it comes to that the rule says that as soon as reasonable, when it comes to disclosure. And so they waited 4 months, Your Honor, and suddenly a new witness that says, oh, I saw A, B, and C, or, she saw directing. There is nothing, that the statement of the witness about hearing anything and just directing, but they waited 4 months. And, it was really shocking, to find that there's a witness. And when it comes to, the court says, oh, you can call them up. These people are not going to talk to me, and disclose any
Cross-examine them on that.
other information. But the spirit of the rule and the exact wording when it comes to the obligations of the district attorney is to make this available right away. And they can see they waited 4 months. That's a really long time.
Right, but still well in advance. So I don't find any discovery by it. All right, any other issues for the people?
Your Honor. So, no,
thank you, Judge.
Anything else from the defense?
I just want a little clarification when it comes to, we don't have anything set. We don't have a case management set or anything like
We're
that.
set for trial on June 14th.
So we don't have any hearings before that
No.
when it comes to.
Well, we're going to set a pre-trial readiness conference just to make absolutely certain that it's going the week before the trial. Like I'm just about to do one at 11 o'clock for trial next week. But other than that, no. I mean, unless something comes up and like I said, you might file a motion saying I have an expert now and yada, yada, and I need more time or whatever. And we'll address that probably by just written motion. But yeah, that's all we're going to do. And I'm going to issue written orders with respect to the motions here today, of course, that afternoon in the case of in a few minutes.
So. Okay, so that, I guess I'm trying to understand, there's no expert disclosed as an expert, and yet there are reports and, but no disclosure of them.
There's no expert disclosure. That's
So that means that they're not going to, that they're can't testify as an expert.
likely, yes.
So.
But it doesn't mean they can't testify.
So that was it. That's the end. That's the end of the clip. That's all I got. And it was good. And I don't know why and I don't know how, but that's what happens. Them's the breaks when you're recording live. You can't rewind. You can't go back in time. The chat is unbelievable. I have been dying this whole time because the chat is so funny. I didn't even know there were that many tree jokes. And nobody said a root joke though. Is that off limits? That's it. That's it. That's it. We got to end the tree jokes so everybody can go and post memes. Oh, Sandy, I'm so sorry. No, I can't. I can't. There was a root joke. I missed it. That's right. I'm going to scroll up. It's fine. There we go. Sarah got it. Thanks, Fozzie. Thank you. Actually, now, no. I'm going to go watch that lumberjack guy. So, yeah. I'll be busy for a couple hours. I got to watch the lumberjack. Yeah, you got enough tree branches in. Well, now I have to make like a tree and leave. I just have to. Because courts are going to open up soon. Guys, I got to get ready. I got to get ready. I got to get ready. I got to get my snacky snacks ready so I'm good to go. Thank you so much for coming out, guys. You guys behave, okay? I will see you. I'm going to post a video around noon.